Hey everyone, Pam Bam Richard here. Welcome to episode 3 of the Tales of Phantasia playthrough. In the last episode, we have escaped the catacombs and met up with Mint in the catacombs, and also arrived at Tornix D. Morrison's location, his residence. And there we also met up with our best friend Chester. So the three of us, feeling mad that all of our family relatives were affected by this one man, have decided to go and get revenge for our family members, though Morrison believes otherwise. Of course, being main protagonists, we decided otherwise and have entered the cave along with Cress's master here, Tristan. And right over here, Tristan is actually teaching us a staple in the Tales series, once again. This one in particular are arcane arts, but in their more primitive form. In Tales of Phantasia, the only type of arcane arts there are combination arts, and I believe it wasn't until Eternia. It wasn't until Eternia that arcane arts weren't just limited to combinations, as you'll be learning very shortly. The true power that Cress will inherit from his lineage. Demon Fang and Swallow Kick, or Swallow Dance, I mean. Yeah, Swallow Kick wasn't introduced until Tales of Symphonia. Alright, so as Tristan says, we should believe in our lineage, and a very interesting line with great talent matures late. Cress here is taking that in. And now, we have learned the skill of Majin Hienkyaku, which is Demonic Swallow Kick. And we also receive a title for that as well. Cress has received the title of Swordsman. Now, recently I've actually just looked at my YouTube comments, and one of the commenters told me... Oh, we got a battle. Sorry, that was just a bunch of slugs there, but one of the YouTube commenters has told me about titles. There's this one character in particular who has a particular title that actually does affect something in the game, but we'll be talking about that later because right now we are actually in a very unique encounter here. These are skeletons, and these skeletons are probably one of the most competent enemies you'll see in this game. Well, at this point in the game. They are very competent warriors, and they have some pretty good damage output, so what you'll be seeing... What you'll be seeing is basically Mint focusing on using Pow Hammer on the enemies behind, while I focus on an enemy on the other side. So this is a very good strategy to just kind of keep enemies at bay, and making sure that they don't damage your party members, because your party members can't really do too well when left to their own devices. So I'm kind of reminded a little bit as to Tales of Destiny when I'm constantly commanding my party members to do particular actions. And now that we're down to one enemy, we can now just focus and leave them to their own devices, because they are less liable to screw up. So these skeletons are weak to fire, and actually I'm going to do reverse the formation here. Basically you just got to press L1 twice, because pressing L1 puts them in the stay formation, which keeps them in their positions. And pressing L1 again actually reverses their formation. It's not really clearly shown in the PlayStation version, but in the GBA version you can see the arrows clearly, and you make that mistake so many times. Alright, here we are. Going further down this dungeon over here, and we'll actually be going into these doors to open up these sarcophaguses. I think I'm gonna give a first aid to Cress here, because I'm a little bit paranoid about this next battle. This next battle here, actually in the GBA version, they only had mummies, not mummies, they only had ghouls, but in this version, they have mummies. So it's a little bit odd. I'm pretty sure in the GBA version you do meet up with a bunch of mummies in that game, and they have some very intriguing arts, like Mummy Combination, for example. Yeah, in the GBA version, you fight a much weaker enemy. They're actually zombies, not ghouls, and Yeah, they're a lot more manageable. They have like probably 400 HP in hard mode, and yeah, they don't have any arts. This one here I'm a little bit more afraid of, but I'm hoping to get some more experience from these guys. Essentially, the strategy is to just let Mint keep using Picohan and the occasional first aid, and hoping that I don't die from a random mummy art. But yeah, also, there was another difference in the battle that had that treasure keeper there. The GBA version had two skeletons and a ghoul instead of just 2 skeletons, so it made that fight even more annoying in that version. But yeah, this one should not be so bad, I hope. I am very low on TP right now. One of the things about Phantasia... Oh jeez, oh jeez. One of the things about Phantasia, Destiny, and Eternia, I'm gonna give the orange shell to Mint here, is that TP regeneration is very scarce. It's unfortunate too because this game and later games do require you to use your skills a lot, and that would require you to use a bunch of orange shells. But it is what it is. Honestly, we're just dealing with what we are programmed with right now. It's all good, and Picohan's got the stun, very nice, and we have defeated the mummy. Now expect 4 more of these rooms that have coffins, because we're going to be getting whatever treasures are in each and every one of them. Alright, we got ourselves a leather mantle, very nice. GBA version, we get a protect ring. Okay, very odd differences. I'm gonna heal real quick at Morrison's, so just be a moment here. Alright, we're back, and let's go into door number 2, and figure out what item we're gonna be receiving. Guess what, it's gonna be another mummy though, so it's gonna be fun times. Alright, what do we get out of this time? We get a charm bottle. Charm bottles reduce prices in the store by 30%. This store we can't go into just yet. Yeah, it's a magical seal, which we'll be finding out very shortly. Let's find out what's behind door number 3. Let's go. I'm getting really tired of these mummies now. I'll explain why later. Door number 3 nets us an hourglass. Very nice. Okay, I'm gonna need to go back to Morrison's. Give me a second. Man, we've been receiving some very huge changes so far for this dungeon compared to the GBA and this version. So let's see what's behind coffin number 4. Another mummy! What a surprise! Alright, we have ourselves a leather helm. Very nice. I'm gonna equip that on Crest right away. For the most part, these items that we're receiving so far, except for the hourglass, they're all different from the GBA version, so it's kind of throwing me out of a loop here, but we're gonna keep going with it. So we're gonna go into the last door here that has another coffin with another mummy. Let's find out what item we'll be getting. Also, mummies are weak to fire, so best use Chester a lot with his art. Alright, what do we get? Room bottle, very nice, okay. That was quite a barrage of mummies. Yeah, the one in the GBA version is definitely a lot weaker compared to this version. Zombies are much more manageable than whatever the heck we had there with all those zombies. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's go up over here. And, this one. Yep. So this character, again, a lot of people have some gripes about her. For myself, I don't really know particularly because I haven't finished the game that she was introduced in, but yeah, this is an interesting part of the game where she just like shows up randomly, and yeah, she's just sleeping. Hello? You there? Like, can you imagine, like, just, like, walking into a dungeon, like, as, like, a team all together, like, just ready to get revenge for your relatives, and all of a sudden, the person's just randomly sleeping on the ground. Yeah. What the heck is this person talking about? It's as if you were shoehorned in randomly in this game or something. I'm pretty sure we're all okay. Do we even know you, though? Thanks, Mint, for voicing my opinion. Yeah, no idea. Yeah, well... But you never even introduced yourself. Exactly. This is such a weird scenario for Crest to be in, too. Considering just what this character is and whatnot. Yeah, we're chasing the man in black armor. Alright, we're on the same page. We found a new party member. You know who we're talking about, right? Wait a second. You're saying that we're chasing two different people now? Wait, now you're saying that you don't know us? Time difference. Yeah, I have no idea. Okay, that was very random. Yeah, we still have some questions that need to be answered here. Hey, come back here. You could be an asset to our team. Wait! What a random person. I agree, Chris. Very unusual. Mint, I don't think she was. She was pretty confused about that. Yeah, I have no idea. Well, who knows if we'll see that person again, but yeah, let's go get revenge for our family members. But actually, there are a couple things I forgot here, so give me a second here. Yeah, there are some items that I left behind here, but oh, we got a battle! Alright, oh great, so guess what? That boss that we fought in the catacombs is now a generic enemy. Very fun. Let's find out what it's all about. It's weak to light, and unfortunately we don't have any light attacks, so just gonna try to go through here randomly, try to make sure to not die here, I mean to say. This is gonna be really difficult because... yeah, I don't know, I'm not very trusting of my luck so far with this dungeon. I mean, the mummies gave me a lot of trouble. Actually, there was something that happened in the mummy battles, the second one, that actually made me have to leave early and go back to Morrison's. The mummies can actually paralyze you. And if you thought paralysis is nothing in games like Symphonia and Exilia, where they just treat it like, oh hey, let's just keep on fighting and not lose any momentum, and just get stunned a little bit. In this game, you're basically petrified. And during that second battle, I had no Phantasia bottles at all, so I was really pissed that the only way that I could restore the paralysis was through sleeping in the bed at Morrison's. So I made sure to buy one Phantasia bottle there, and we also got a Phantasia bottle at the end of one of the mummy battles that we had fought earlier. So yeah, paralysis is very deadly in this game, and a paralysis charm would definitely be really useful. Alright, that battle went a lot better than I thought, but our TP is absolutely horrible right now. But Mint learned a new spell. She also got a new title while we were off screen. She basically got the title for being a Methodist at level 7, that's known as being a cleric. But Mint got a new skill, which is Charge! Speaking of TP waste. I'm gonna turn that off right now, and I'm gonna explain about that once we keep going through this dungeon. But up here, we have ourselves some cheese. Okay, that's the same, and it's very pointless. Alright, what's in this battle here? That was a clay demon and skeleton that were both surrounding our party, so we didn't have enough TP to use multiple Pico Hounds, and I couldn't escape right away, so we ended up using a lot of light bottles and stuff. And here's another battle! Thankfully that was just a clay demon on its own, so it just felt like the boss fight in the catacombs, but Chester actually learned a new skill from that. Toga, which is a frozen arrow, yep. So he's got a fire arrow and a frozen arrow. What we're actually going to do here, we're going to grab a couple more items here before we run into another random encounter. Saber, oh great, random encounter, here we go. Alright, we also just got a new skill for Crest after defeating those two skeletons. It's Lightning Tiger Blade, and another battle! Okay, that battle was with the clay demon and the skeleton that did a lot of damage, but okay, right over here, we're gonna pick up some more items. We got ourselves some milk, very nice. And another battle. Losing train of thought each time. Alright, that was just a battle with 2 skeletons there. This door here is sealed. There's actually a key that we need to use, but Cress here just mentioned that it was a trick, which we'll be showing off very shortly, but we have another battle! Encounter rate! Fun! At the very least, with these random encounters, I'm getting much needed grinding, because, I didn't want to, like, grind too much in this playthrough, because, to kind of give myself a challenge, and yeah, this is some very good experience I'm getting right now. I'll be showing off the new moves once, we're required to use them, but surprise! Random encounter! But yeah, the experience is very much needed. Right over here, we're gonna save real quick. Alright, I also had to go back to Morrison's to regenerate HP and TP because this is the key that we require to open the door, but it's actually disguised as a mini-boss first. So, this here is the Golem, and boy, these guys hit really hard. I really hope with our newfound experience that I haven't received in GBA version that this fight should not be as bad. Weak to win. First off, I'm going to be showing off the new arts that we had. First off, we have Cress here with Shuzo Raizan, also well known as Lightning Tiger Blade. It's odd because it's not really a Tiger Blade move. It doesn't have like Koga Hazen at all in its romanization. But since Symphonia has labeled it as Lightning Tiger Blade, it has been labeled as such when Phantasia was localized and when Abyss was localized as well. It costs 8 TP, so it's double the amount of Swallow Dances, which is the reason why I'm just going to be sticking to Swallow Dances more than Shuzo Raizans for now. I like that name though, Shuzo Raizan, I don't know, it really rolls off the tongue. Next off we have Chester here with Toga. The localized name will show up on screen right now. Basically, it's just a frozen arrow. I haven't had much experience with that art, so I can't really explain much about it. But basically, just for any ice elemental move that it needs to weaken the enemy if they're weak to that element. And this gives me the perfect time to demonstrate this once. Charge! It costs 10 TP. Just to restore 5 TP for an ally. This art is really bad. I mean, for a game that needs it, like Phantasia, I didn't think this Machine Gun Knuckle, what the hell? Okay, I don't think I've seen that art in the GBA version, but yeah, Charge is a very bad response to Phantasia's TP problem. It only restores 5 TP, and it costs 10 TP to cast. Which is odd because, like, in early game, all the characters suffer for lack of TP things, and in the later game, it's just Mint, the spellcasters, and Cress. So, I don't know, Charge remains to restore 10 TP, and restores 5 TP, and it costs 10 TP, no matter what level you are. It's really bad. They had the audacity to bring that art back in Symphonia, and it's like, guys, I know it's a 3D game, but it was not that necessary. Alright, so that golem was also the reason why we have a bunch of... What? What? Chester reached level 10 and got the title of Archer. So, guess what else was not in the GBA version? That mini-boss fight. But, we just got ourselves the key that's required to open up that sealed door we saw earlier in the dungeon. Obvious... Yes, let's go take it, Cress. Common sense here, let's go pick it up. This is the Wraith Ruby, which was awkwardly translated as the Wraith Ruby in the GBA localization. Okay, let's cut away to the sealed door. Alright, after regenerating at Morrison's, we are now here at the sealed door, which is now open thanks to the Wraith Ruby. And now we are here at this warp, and, yeah, what are these statues here for? Okay, that was odd. Again, something that wasn't spoken about in the GBA version. Yeah, I've done a lot of like cutting away. I apologize for that. I had to do a lot of maintenance for items and equips too. Before that golem fight, I had a crest equipped with the ring mail, which is stronger than a chainmail. We also just got ourselves an elixir there, very nice. In the GBA version, that would have been a reverse doll. Yeah, that early in the game for the GBA version. There's a lot of things with this version of the game that I'm very astonished by. That boss that we met before we got the Wraith Ruby, we didn't see that in the GBA version. It was just two, basically two clay demons, which wasn't really that bad, but it still took me by surprise. We're gonna flip the switch here. This room is just a generic, floating platforms puzzle. Opening the switch gives us access to another floating platform, but we're going to use this platform here to get some more treasures. Okay, rabbit's foot, very nice. We do need that, and we got some milk. And another random encounter. At least the background changes. Oh, actually, wait, we got a new enemy here. These were the enemies I was talking about that should have came out of the sarcophagus earlier. These are ghouls, and ghouls poison you. I would take the poison over paralysis any day because I have recipes that can... Hey, guess what they can do in this version of the game? That... Oh my goodness, like... It's not so wise to be practicing with the GBA version, but I do want to run into surprises like this, so... You know what? I was asking for it, whatever. All my notes are wrong! All my notes are wrong! Okay, thankfully ghouls have low HP, so they're easy to get rid of. It's just that you gotta watch out for the status effects. I don't know if they poison or not, obviously, for this version of the game, but they definitely did in the GBA version. Man, we are running into surprise after surprise after surprise. With that rabbit's foot though, we're going to equip it on mint. Reason being is because, with Picohan, I'm pretty sure Picohan is reliant on luck. Okay, odd. In this version, it doesn't go up by 30, it goes up by 10%, so it doesn't really help too much, but... Yeah, luck is required to, have Picohan become effective. But right over here is one of the oddest moments in the game. Crest just suddenly drops the Wraith Ruby. Why? I don't know why. Because dungeon, it needs to be extended more, but if we touch this panel here, we actually levitate. Yeah, this is all just so confusing right now. Alright, so we're gonna go over here and pick up the Wraith Ruby, but once again it falls down even though we weren't even remotely close to it. And while Crest was levitating. So, we're gonna touch the panel again, touch it multiple times and run into a random encounter, very nice. What? Okay, we have another new enemy set. Lizard flies. We've never ran into lizard flies before, I'm pretty sure, before this dungeon. So many new enemies, what's so special about you guys here? Okay, looks like they just have 300 HP and they're flying, so they're not too bad actually. Let's just go beat them up. This actually gives me a question about something that we'll be seeing later on in this dungeon, but we'll soon find out very shortly. Alright, let's get rid of these lizard flies here. Crest is not that good of an acrobatic fighter, unfortunately. If only I had that mystery lady whom we've ran into earlier. She would be a big help right now, but unfortunately we are just stuck with the Crestmeister here. Alright, let's just get rid of this last lizard fly. I do hope I don't run into any more surprises like paralysis randomly happening again. Paralysis, the absolute lethal. The most lethal thing in this game. In the entire Tales series, are most lethal in this game. Paralysis. Oh my goodness. Alright, we got rid of those 3 lizard flies just fine, and a lot of new enemy sets. Alright, let's levitate over to the bottom here. And we're actually in a burn room here, but we got ourselves the Wraith Ruby back, but we're actually going to go a little bit further and fight this enemy. And this enemy set is fun. We have ourselves to Clay Demons, the exact same thing as last time. I guess you'll see this battle, not the one prior, because it completely caught me off guard the last one. But in the GBA version, you don't see the enemy icon show up on screen. It's just like a constant random battle happening on that one tile. So it was kind of weird going through it the first time in the GBA version, but yeah, you'll see me going through the strategy again as to just Pikohan one side while focus on Cress's arts on the other side here. Okay, so just keep doing that and hopefully everything will be alright. We got a first aid thanks to Mint. I believe this game does not have shortcuts, at least the PlayStation version. The GBA version does have shortcuts, so... But... working around a 4-button configuration along with directional pads, not fun for shortcuts. Very, very bad. Which is... I don't think Tales of Destiny has shortcuts either. So, it wasn't until Tales of Eternia when we actually received shortcuts in the series. We actually learned another new spell for Mint. Very nice. We're actually gonna go pick up this treasure here, which should be a lavender. Very nice. Okay, we're gonna definitely need that lavender for later. Hopefully we can fly over. Okay, good. Because if you touch the floor there, you're gonna take damage. Actually, this will give me a good moment to demonstrate an item we received from earlier. Room bottles are so underrated. At least for me, I really missed them. And the reason being is because you can use room bottles on these, where is my room bottle? Sorry, you can use these room bottles on these, herbs here, and, they'll become better versions of them. So, lavender becomes red lavender, so instead of increasing strength by 1, it increases strength by 2. So we're actually going to equip that on, Cress here, because the next fight, we need all the help we can get. So we're gonna go through here and find ourselves a save point, so I'm gonna save real quick. Also did a bit of healing through gummies because we are running into not 1, but 2 golems! Twin golems. I had painful experiences with this boss in the iOS version. But, now that we have 2, that's gonna be a lot worse than before, so we're gonna use the Pikohan strategy. This is where this strategy works the best. And hoping that Chester can keep up and not get demolished by that golem there. And please, Mint, don't Pikohan that one. Pikohan the other one. We're actually going to use Mint's new art very shortly. We got Deep Mist. Basically, it just lowers the accuracy of an enemy. So actually, this is really good because basically the golems have a very high accuracy from what I understand. Or at the very least, it's very difficult to cause damage to them. So I'm going to use Deep Mist on both of them. Mint, please. Chester, please stop running into the thing. Just keep focusing on Gurins. I don't want this to be like a entirely commanding playthrough, because that's kind of like what happened to Tales of Destiny before in the marathon stream actually, but this game, I don't know, I feel like it requires us sometimes to get some proper strategy out of it. At least for fights like this and not solos or stuff like that. So pretty much just focus on one side. Actually, I want to see how many times I use this. Oh, we mastered it! Okay, maybe I should just focus on Demon Fangs now. Because I do want to use that Arcane Art soon. No, Mint, you already used it! Okay, yeah, good job, Mint. Wait to use it twice. Alright, just keep using Demon Fangs here. Chester is stunned, very nice. Once we get rid of one, we'll focus all our attack on another. Mint, please cast more Pikohans. Mint, please. Chester, focus on Togaing. It's like a toga party up in here. Give yourself an apple gel before you die. Mint, please start casting more Pikohans. They're getting very scarily close, and I don't like this. I don't like this one bit. Mint, please don't be stunned. For the love of everything, please don't be stunned. Otherwise, it's just a very long battle, war of attrition, things like that, and hope that you don't get unlucky with the golem on the other side. Alright, one golem down. Now, let's change our formation here. Alright, and just focus on the other golem here. Come on. I wonder how much damage Chester did to it. Minus maybe 30. Not that bad. It's really unfortunate we don't have a wind move. Yeah, thanks for telling me that you're weak to wind. Unfortunately, I don't have anybody who knows a wind elemental move. And now she's starting to cast Speed Cons, I guess because like she's not being interrupted that much. We got some Garins in, very nice. You know what, I'm gonna give myself an orange shell just to kind of speed up the process a bit. You can tell I've been doing some maintenance off screen as well with items and whatnot. Yeah, orange shells are very, very important in Phantasia early game because there is no way to get proper restoration for TP at the beginning. Well, I guess you could do cooking, but there's only so much cooking can do, you know? You'd have to cook like 3 recipes to get like, orange shells for everybody at least. But, whew, that was a fight. We got 2 holy bottles, very nice, and that's actually all the battling we'll be doing in this episode because the rest of this is all cutscene. Mars Altar, yes, we actually learned his name. And yeah, you know what, honestly, well, you guys will find out very shortly, but yeah, hey Morrison, how's it going? We're here to help you out. Yeah, I know you want to protect us and everything because of your friends being our ancestors and parents and whatnot, but, you know, we're just here. We're just totally disobeying your orders because we are the main characters. Alright, and this looks a lot better in the PlayStation version, that's for sure. I really do like the darkened graphics. GBA version had to be a lot lighter to compensate for the dark screen. Wow, Mars sounds like such a badass here too. Also, very odd that in the OVA version, in this scene, it was mentioned in the comments that by Sobro that Tornix here performed Indignation, but he's a Methodist, so he shouldn't really learn Indignation. I just kind of like attributed it to just the animators just being told to animate Indignation from a Morrison due to Namco's direction. It made no sense, but whatever. We had it animated in 2004. That's all we pretty much wanted, I guess. So here we learn about Daos, whom we've learned at the beginning of the game, and obviously these 3 main characters have no idea what we're talking about. Chester's just here because of his sister, but you know, what other reason do you need to be here to learn about all of this? Yeah, this guy here... yeah, see, things like that we don't really get, like flavor text about like Euclid, about Mars being from Euclid, except if you spoke to his wife in Euclid. We never got that flavor text in the GBA version. That's right. Thank you, Chester. Thank you. Get him now. You're right there. You're right there. Take him down now. Too late. Just grab your sword and... oh. Here it is. With the power of the 2 penitents, and wow, that's very, very loud right now. He has resurrected the Demon King, Daos, and I really love the attention to detail with the 2 pendants surrounding around him. Oh yeah, the Ancient King. Ancient King, Demon King, I personally don't mind Demon King. I don't know much about the literal translation of it, but yeah. So here's one thing that I kind of felt that Phantasia, at the beginning at least, sort of dropped the ball for in terms of the protagonist in particular. First off, Daos here obviously is going to be controlled by some random human. He is the Demon King after all, so we've learned here that Daos actually was manipulating Mars. Okay, this looks so awesome in PlayStation right now. Totally kills those 2 men, and I'm pretty sure you all will guess what's coming next. Voice acting, rest in peace, Daos is an old voice actor. But yeah, here, right here, Daos kills Mars, and honestly, instead of the the twin golems we had to fight, I kind of wish we had fought Mars. Because Mars was directly responsible for the death of Cress's parents, Mint's mother, and Chester's sister, and I don't know, for the new antagonist to be Dallas is great and all, but it's like, sort of like a very hollow feeling that we're defeating the person who is indirectly in charge of defeating or murdering the relatives of our main characters here. I honestly thought a Mars boss battle would have been better. But here we are. Morrison here is going to reveal his Methodist skills here. Again, which is very odd because Methodism is all based on the healing arts of this game, but yeah, for him to just randomly cast Indignation to OVA was cool, but also made no sense. I'm pretty sure they just went with Rule of Cool at that point. And here we go. No we won't. Come on, cast faster! Why don't you have your Krona symbol on? Oh, Mystic symbol, my bad. Oh, and the best friend character is actually done for. Well, it was a good run. Longer best friend run than before. Than other stories and whatnot, but good try, Chester. Good try. It's been a fun ride. Alright, let's see what Morrison's gonna do here. So we've actually learned that Morrison was able to perform time travel with his Methodist ways. Kind of makes you wonder about Mint's potential, considering that she's a Methodist as well. And thus begins the odd time travel things here or there that Phantasia is very notorious for, which I am experiencing again for quite some time, and you know, I just want to see how odd the time traveling is done in this game. Without the nostalgia glasses on, of course. Ooh, dang, that looks a lot more lethal in this version, that's for sure.